Good evening, everybody. My name is Kendrea, and I am back to read Jeremiah chapter 31 with you all tonight. God bless you. Thank you for coming in. If you're returning, it's great to have you back. If you're first timers, hey, welcome in. This is where I come and with you and read the word. I am reading it right along with you and learning right along with you. So, this is my time too to literally read the word as well as learn it right along with y'all, because as I'm going through this with y'all, like I've read, obviously, you know how you read passages. Well, I read passages before, but I'm really trying to get into reading the word. So, and I mean completely, not just a few passages here and there, and especially not just on Sundays. No, we're supposed to be reading the word all the time, even though I've taken long breaks and I was wrong for that. But okay, I digress. Thank you though for coming in. Thank you for being here. So we are going to go ahead and get ready to get started. Of course, I will be coming to you as always from the 1611 version of the 1611 King James version of the Holy Bible, as well as the Message Remix. Now, the Message Remix just kind of breaks things down, and so sometimes when you get mixed up the these and the thous, this kind of helps a little bit. Now, if you want to follow along and you don't have a Bible, you can get the Bible app. You can follow along there where it has different versions. No, I don't read every version. King James and a remix. And they do have the remix on there now, except it's under the name The Message, which technically is correct. The Message Remix. And I don't know, it's kind of, there you go, easier to see, the Message Remix. So yes, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to get started. If you need to, of course, go ahead, grab yourself a little something to drink. Yes, and yeah, let's get started. All right, so Jeremiah chapter 31 reads, "At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all the families of Israel?" Oh, sorry. So if you didn't watch last video, we are continuing on where God is talking about bringing the people of Judah and Israel. Was it Israel? I know Jacob. Bringing everybody back to the land, Israel and Jacob, back to the land that he had originally meant for them. So, yes. All right, so yes, continuing on. "At the same time, saith the Lord, will I be the God of all families of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus saith the Lord, the people which were left on the sword found grace in the wilderness. Even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. Again, I will build thee, and thou shalt be built, O Virgin of Israel. Thou shalt again be adorned with thy tabrets, and shalt go forth in the dances of them that make merry." So that's 31 chapter 4. And of course, in the remix, it sometimes will, instead of standalone, sometimes some of them will be standalone, but sometimes they'll group them. So this one groups. So it's 2 through 6. So we're going to continue through 6, and then I'll go ahead and read the breakdown of it. So at 5, thou shalt yet plant vines upon the mountains of Samaria. The planters shall plant, and shall eat them as common things. For there shall be a day that the watchman upon the Mount Ephraim shall cry, Arise ye, and let us go up to Zion unto the Lord our God. Now, in the remix, like I said, it's 2 through 6 that it groups. This is the way God put it. They found grace out in the desert, these people who survived the killing. Israel, out looking for a place to rest, met God out looking for them. God told them, I've never quit loving you and never will. Expect love, love, and more love. And so now I'll start over with you and build you up again, dear Virgin Israel. You'll resume your singing, grabbing tambourines and joining the dance. You'll go back to your old work of planting vineyards on the Samaritan hills and sit back and enjoy the fruit. Oh, how you'll enjoy those harvests. The time's coming when the watchman will call out from the hilltops of Ephraim, on your feet, let's go to Zion, go to meet our God. And continuing on at 7, for thus saith the Lord, sing with gladness for Jacob, and shout among the chief of the nations. Publish ye, praise ye, and say, O Lord, save thy people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the coasts of the earth, and with them the blind and the lame, the woman with child, and her that travaileth with child together. A great company shall return thither. They shall come with weeping, and with supplications will I lead them. I will cause them to walk by the rivers of waters in a straight way, wherein they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear the word of the Lord, O ye nations, and declare it in the isles afar off, and say, He that scattered Israel will gather him, and keep him as a shepherd doth his flock. For the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. Therefore they shall come and sing in the height of Zion, and shall flow together to the goodness of the Lord, for wheat and for wine and for oil, for the young of the flock and of the herd. And their soul shall be as a watered garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. Then shall the virgin rejoice in the dance, both young men and old together. For I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and will make them rejoice from their sorrow. And I will satiate the soul of the priests with fatness, and my people shall be sanctified with my goodness, saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord, a voice was heard in Ramah lamentation, bitter weeping. Rahel, weeping for her children, refused to be comforted for her children because they were not. Let's see. I just want to check something out here. Okay, so it does 15 through 17. Okay, so continuing on at 16 before we break it down. Ain't nobody breaking down here. I apologize. My cat loves to play in the window. Anyways, let's see. Thus saith the Lord, refrain thy voice from weeping, and thine eyes from tears. For thy work shall be rewarded, saith the Lord, and they shall come again from the land of the enemy. And there is hope in thine end, saith the Lord, that my children shall come again to their own border. Now, 15 through 17 in the Message Remix says, and God's message, listen to this, laments coming out of Ramah, wild and bitter weeping. It's Rachel weeping for her children, Rachel refusing all solace. Her children are gone, long gone into exile. But God says, stop your incessant weeping, hold back your tears, collect wages from your grief work, God's decree. They'll be coming back home. There's hope for your children, God's decree. And on to 18. I have surely heard Ephraim bemoaning himself thus. Thou hast chastised me, and I was chastised as a bullock unaccustomed to the yoke. Turn thou me, and I shall be turned, for thou art the Lord my God. Surely, okay, so this does 18 through 19. Surely, after that I was turned, I repented, and after I was instructed, I smote upon my thigh. I was ashamed, I was ashamed, yea, even confounded, because I did hear the reproach of my youth. So in the remix, I've heard the contrition of Ephraim. Yes, I've heard it clearly, saying, you trained me well, you broke me, a wild yearling horse, to the saddle. So you broke me, a young yearling horse, to the saddle. Now put me trained and obedient to use. You are my God. After those years of running loose, I repented. After you trained me to obedience, I was ashamed of my past, my wild, unruly past. Humiliated, I beat on my chest. Will I ever live this down? Does that not sound like, man, sometimes when you be sitting there like, man, in my youth, I was doing this and I was doing that, and I thought I could tell some stories, y'all. I could tell some stories. And the funny thing is, every time we hear somebody say that, we're like, oh, man, for real? And the thing is, Lord have mercy, this cat. The thing is, everybody's got stories. Everybody's got some kind of testimony about where they came from, what God has brought them out of. And it is a beautiful thing. And sometimes, yes, we're ashamed of things that we've done in our past, but the way that I see it is once we come to God, we shouldn't be ashamed to talk about it. And I once heard a pastor say, no, shame. No, you should never talk about what you did in your past. Honey, sometimes your past, you telling your testimony about what you came through and what God brought you through will help the next person to see, and may help them be able to go, you know what? I've been trying to figure things out. I didn't know, but hearing your testimony, hearing your story helped me. And I can tell you, I have heard some stories. I've heard some testimonies that have touched my spirit, and they have definitely helped. And so in case anybody ever sees this, and I don't expect my videos to ever go viral or anything, I just pray that it touches the person that God wants them to touch. I want you to know, sometimes we've all got things in our past, but don't let that hold you back from coming to God and accepting Yeshua and living for him and living your best life in him. And it's not to say that the devil still won't try to attack, because, honey, whoever says that, they ain't telling the truth. But with God, anything and everything is possible. And he has given us power and dominion, okay? Thank you, in the name of Jesus. Now, I'm going to step off my soapbox real quick, because I know we got to finish this. But I just want you to know, don't be so ashamed that you feel like you can't do nothing, and that you can't even talk to God, because I have been there, and I have felt like an even bigger fool afterwards, because he said, you can still talk to me. Well, why haven't you come to talk to me? So, yes. And don't be afraid to tell your testimony. Don't ever let anybody shut you up. I have had people try to stop me from telling my testimony. And one day I'm going to get up here and I'm going to tell my testimony, and it's going to hurt some people and it's going to rub some people the wrong way. But you know what? I've got to tell it because I'm praying that it helps somebody else. Truly, truly. In the name of Jesus. I don't ever want people to feel like they can't talk, and they are closed off and can't even talk to me. So if you ever feel like you need to talk to somebody and you don't want no judgment, because you don't I don't want my family or anybody to know, honey, drop me a line. I might be sitting there going, who is this at first? But baby, I look at it and I go, okay, And if you just say, I don't want a response, I just need somebody to listen, I'll be right there to listen. And that's all right. I might put a heart up there. I might put a thumbs up. Might do like they're not really praying hands. I guess it's like a high five. I realized I found that out not long ago, and I was like, oh shoot. But still, I'll do like the little praying, shouting hands. Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and continue on to verse 18. I have surely heard Ephraim bemoan. Oh, wait a minute. I finished that part. That's right. Sorry, we had 20. My bad. My bad. At 20. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he a pleasant child? For since I spake against him, I do earnestly remember him still. Therefore, my bowels are troubled for him. I will surely have mercy upon him, saith the Lord. Set thee up waymarks. Make thee high heaps. Set thine heart toward the highway, even the way which thou wantest. Turn again, O Virgin of Israel. Turn again to thy cities. Turn again to these thy cities. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Man, I should have read this before. Backslide. Yeah, and backsliding is hard. Okay, let me stop. Okay. For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. And yet these shall use this speech in the land of Judah and in the cities thereof, when I shall bring again their captivity. The Lord bless thee, O habitation of justice, and mountain of holiness. And there shall dwell in Judah itself, and in all the cities thereof together, husbandmen, and they that go forth with flocks. Let's see, that's 24. So this is 23 through 24. So let's just look at it a little bit. A message from Israel's God of the angel armies. When I've turned everything around and brought my people back, the old expressions will be heard on the streets. God bless you, O true home, O holy mountain, all Judah's people, whether in town or country, will get along just fine with each other. All right, and on 25. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Upon this I upon this I awaked and beheld, and my sleep was sweet unto me. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and with the seed of beast. And it shall come to pass that like I have watched over them, to pluck up and to break down and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them to build and to plant, saith the Lord. In those days they shall say no more, the fathers have eaten a sour grape, and the children's teeth are set on edge. But every one shall die for his own iniquity. Every man that eateth the sour grape, his teeth shall be set on edge. And that was 29. 29 is a standalone, it looks like. When that time comes, you won't hear the old proverb anymore. Parents ate the green apples. Their children got the stomach ache. I'd never heard that before, but all right. And on to... and 30. I did read through 30. Okay. No, each person will pay for his own sin. You eat green apples, you're the one who gets sick. All right. Oh, so that's almost like, no. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I'm thinking. Okay. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Jacob, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was an husband unto them, saith the Lord. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts, and write it in their hearts, and will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for they shall all know me, for the least of them unto the greatest of them, saith the Lord. For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall cease from being a nation before me ever. Thus saith the Lord. If heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. So that was 35 through 37. Okay, let's just look at it. God's message. From the God who lights up the day with sun and brightens the night with moon and stars, who whips the ocean into a billowy froth, whose name is God of the angel armies. If this ordered cosmos ever fell to pieces, fell into chaos before me, God's decree, then and only then might Israel fall apart and disappear as a nation before me. God's message. If the skies could be measured with a yardstick and the earth explored to its core, then and only then would I turn my back on Israel, disgusted with all they've done, God's decree. So, that says a lot. That really does say a lot. But let's go ahead and continue on to 38. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the city shall be built to the Lord from the tower of Hananeel unto the gate of the corner. And the measuring line shall yet go forth. And the measuring line shall yet go forth over against it upon the hill Gareb, and shall compass about to Goth, and the whole valley of the dead bodies and of the ashes, and all the fields unto the brook of Kidron, unto the corner of the horse gate toward the east, shall be holy unto the Lord. It shall not be plucked up, nor thrown down any more forever. So, that is the end of chapter 31. So let's just go ahead and read the last few verses here, which are 38 to 40. Right? Yeah. The time is coming, it's God's decree, when God's city will be rebuilt all the way from the citadel of Hananel to the corner gate. The master plan will extend west to Gareb Hill and then around to Goth, the whole valley to the south where incinerated corpses are burned, a death valley if there ever was one, and all the terraced fields out to the brook Kidron on the east as far as north as the horse gate will be consecrated to me as a holy place. This city will never again be torn down or destroyed. So yeah, that is chapter 31 for Jeremiah. Like I said, tomorrow, or I didn't even say it yet. Never mind. So yes, we will return tomorrow for chapter 32. I hope you learned something tonight. I hope it kind of got you thinking, especially where, talking about backsliding and just like I said, talking before about, just talking to God, never being ashamed to talk about things. Yeah. And if you need to watch the video again, to feel like you're like, hey, I need to hear this again, I need to learn, I missed something, whatever, rewatch the video, or you can read it on your own too, of course. Yeah. So I hope you had a good time tonight. I know I did. I want to thank you for coming back and reading the word with me. Like I said, we are here learning together. So fellowshipping together in a way, because I'm here and you're there. But yeah. God bless you. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more Bible reading content. If you have any prayer requests, please feel free to send those to me. Either you can leave them in the comments, or if you feel like you want some more privacy, please feel free to send them to me at my social media handles, which will be in the description below. Instagram is at Kenny Hoyle, KenniiHoyle, or on Facebook, which is the same as here on YouTube, Kendrea Hoyle. Again, God bless you. See you again tomorrow night for chapter 32 of Jeremiah. Have a blessed and wonderful Thursday night. Bye, y'all.